This is Influencing the Right Way. Our goal is to raise the standard of the fitness industry. We're out here trying to make people's lives as healthy and as happy as we possibly can. And the only way we're going to do that is if we take it as serious as a medical doctor does. Woo, baby, this is the Viking with Influencing the Right Way. And with me, as always, I have
Sarah freaking Sloan.
What up? I love the freaking, I love the ad. We on top of it today. Okay, so for today, I want to state the same way I do every day. What we're here to do is to raise the standard of the fitness industry. We're going to do that by accepting that what we do is the same as a medical professional. We're here to extend people's lives. We're here to make them live happier lives and to live healthier lives. So we got to take that personal responsibility on our own. That actually gets me right into today's topic.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Transferring responsibility. So this is the name, but we got to break this thing down into a couple bite-sized bits so we can actually take something away and use it for a practical measure. Sarah, why don't you help me out? What's the first step of breaking this thing down?
The first step would be accepting reality of the people you're proposing your offer to, your clients, right? We live in a world where people want to take an action and blame someone else that they don't get the result that they were going for.
Yep.
And so that's just a reality. We have to know that working in the fitness industry, we're going to offer someone a supplement, a fitness program, whatever it might be. And if they don't see results, the reality is they're going to blame you, not the lack of work that they put into it.
Yep. And although we know that that's backwards, it's how the fitness industry works.
Yeah.
Right. So, the next step of that is we also have to accept from our point of view what we are and what we offer and what it really is. So what do I mean by that? It means that my workout program that I made, my supplement that I sell, my training package that you can buy is amazing, but it is not actually the thing that gets them results. They have to get themselves results.
Yeah.
This is the catalyst to get them to do the work, right? So if you've got a great workout program, now they've got a system to follow. But the system isn't it. It's the hard work in the gym. It's eating right. It's staying disciplined. Those are the things that get the results. So we have to be real and accept that we don't hold some magical cure that once they take this pill or once they look at this program, all of their ills are gone forever.
Yeah. So we first have to look at the fact of okay, this is going to be a problem area potentially, because reality is if I give someone a program and they don't see results, they're going to blame me, not the package, right?
Absolutely.
Someone walks in, they're like, I didn't see good results at F45. I'm picking on the gym. We all know they're great. I didn't see good results over there. And the reality is if you would have put in all the work, you would have seen good results.
Yep.
And then secondly is you have to understand if you are a trainer at 45 and you know it's a good package, it still does take the person who's doing the work to see the work.
Yep.
Yeah, to see the results themselves.
So then what's the practical measure? How do we go about fixing the problem? It seems like the first two that we did there is really just kind of like understanding, right? So how do we fix this problem?
Yeah, so this would actually be verbally transferring responsibility. It does actually have to be a one-on-one conversation that you have to whoever you're selling your program, whatever it might be to, whoever your client is.
Yeah.
So how you would transfer that responsibility is you would verbally tell them hey, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. I will give you all the tools that you need to be successful, to see the results that you want to see, to get exactly where you want to be. But it does require you to put in the work. If you don't do X, Y, Z, give them tangible things that they actually have to do. If you don't eat this many grams of protein every single day, if you don't show up at least 4 times a week, and if you don't go to bed by 10 p.m. and get this amount of sleep, it's not going to work, no matter how great of a program I give you.
Yep.
And so now they know at the end of the day, if they didn't get results, they know it's because they didn't follow this.
Because we were very clear about it.
Yes, we stated it right up front.
This actually kind of reminds me of, so we have a phrase that we use, and we have another podcast that you can go back to, and it is, it's only weird if you make it weird, right?
Yeah.
But what we mean by that is you have to be able to call out that elephant in the room and state the thing that we're thinking, right? And this is really like along the same lines. It's never going to be known until we have the uncomfortable conversation. And that right there is the actual transfer of responsibility. And what's funny is, if we do that and we do it the right way, if we're clear, if we're concise, and we're caring, all three of those things, then the person is actually more happy with what they're doing. A lot of times the reason we don't do this is like we're selling a product, right? And we want them to be like, oh, this is going to cure all your problems. You're going to be taken care of. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the easier it is, the more value it has.
Exactly.
You make it sound super easy. They're going to be like, okay, let's do it.
Let's
All I have to
do
do
this
is
thing.
show up to the gym for an hour a week and I'll get the dream bod I want.
But although that can work sometimes to sell it, you're going to end up with a lot of unhappy people when a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, and they don't look like a supermodel.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually know this one by firsthand experience. I think a lot of the stuff that we do is trial and error.
Yep.
We know it works because we were actually doing it the wrong way and we're like, crap, we probably should be doing this thing. And then we fixed it and we saw the amazing results we got from it. So originally, in the retail stores, supplements, selling a product and knowing for a fact that this supplement that they would be buying would drastically help them see results.
Absolutely.
And I explained that to them, but I did not transfer responsibility. Then they were not eating the right of protein that they needed to be doing. They weren't getting to the gym. They weren't putting in the hard work for it. And they came back and blamed me and was upset with me
And they
for
wanna
not
return
seeing
the
results.
product.
And they wanted to return it. Had I transferred responsibility and said, hey, if we do these things alongside with this thing will accelerate those results.
Absolutely.
Hey, but I'll be with you every step of the way and help you out, but I need this from you.
And I want you to imagine this because everybody understands the supplement store thing, right? So just use this as like an analogy for the worst case scenario is you go into a supplement store and they're like, take this fat burner and you're going to lose 20 pounds. I mean, literally all of you know the ad that I'm talking about.
My dad, if you gave him a fat burner, he would still continue to drink a Coke at night with his pecan pie,
Yeah.
you know, and be like, I'm going to lose weight, you know?
Exactly, because he's taking a fat burner.
Yeah.
So, of course, when we started, that's what we did. We sold the fat burner, right? And exactly like what you said. But then when we changed it and we said, hey, this fat burner can really help you have more energy to get to the gym. It can decrease your appetite, so that way you don't snack as much. But at the end of the day, if you're not in the gym and if you're not watching what you're eating, this fat burner is not going to be some magic cure-all pill. What it's going to do is help you do the things that will get the results, but it doesn't do the things for you.
Yeah.
And so you would think that we were undercutting ourselves, that people would be like, well, fuck that. I don't want to buy that if I can't take a pill and get skinny. Oh, no. The other way. They were so thankful that we were honest, we were transparent, and we let them know what the reality of the situation was and what they had to do to get to where they wanted to be.
Yeah. So in total, in order to be able to transfer responsibility and see those results, you one have to understand like that's what people are going to do. We live in a world where people just want to blame other people for not seeing the results that they want to.
Yep.
And two, you have to understand that you are not a magic cure-all pill program.
No.
It does take hard work from the other person as well.
Yep.
So then three, you have to be able to transfer that responsibility verbally over to them, letting them know I'll still be with you every step of the way. That part's important to initiate with.
Yep.
So they understand you're not alone on an island.
Yeah, you're there for them.
I'm going to put in just as much work as you are. This is a two-way street. But it does require some important things for you to do. But if you do those, this is the results you'll see.
Beautifully, concisely all put together. Love it. All right, guys, that is the podcast. We want to keep these tight. We want you to get the value that we know that this can add to your life in a very short time period. So I want to ask at the end here, if one of these points really hit home with you, you're like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that, how people don't take responsibility for things. Something clicked with you, you saw some value in it, send this to somebody else. Like we said at the very beginning of the podcast, this only works. We can only raise the standard of the fitness industry if we're all raising the standard. So send it to somebody else. Let's get people healthy and happy. I will catch you next time.
Yeah.